if they use our rewind mode, they can go ahead and sync up your playback feed with that external game feed they're watching wherever it may be. So it might not be readily apparent to them that rewind mode enables them to sync up the playback feed with wherever they might be watching the external game feed. That's where you come in. Go ahead and give them the advice. Let them know the gospel. They can go ahead and enter rewind mode for your streams to sync up their external game feed wherever else they may be watching. So tip of the week, recommend rewind mode to your users, especially those that do not have broadcast access, so that they can go ahead and sync up their streams with your playback feed. And let me go ahead and also, another good tip is to make sure you start your simulcasts at the top of the stream. I realized I had not started my simulcasts here. So getting live on YouTube now, and now I want to go ahead and send myself live on Twitter, and we are good to go from a simulcast standpoint now. Greer makes a great call out here, and I'm going to spotlight chat this one. Playback has the livest streams. So as a result of us releasing rewind mode, we mentioned it last week, but just to remind you, so you can remind your users, we've gotten rid of the artificial delay for the actual game broadcast. So now you'll realize, and actually for your next NBA stream, I want you all to test this and report back to us. We are the livest stream in the world for these broadcasts. So if you test with like a YouTube TV or your TV feed or Stream East, wherever you want to test against the playback feed, you'll notice you're getting that game action first on playback. Most live streams in the world, can't beat it. It's a bold claim, Kevin. I stand behind it. I stand behind it. You come after me if you find a stream more live than ours. This feels like the price check days when people would really push price check at like a Circuit City or something like that. You come to me. I'm responsible if you find a stream more live than our playback stream. The last regularly scheduled segment here is the word of the week. And the word of the week this week, we're actually going to recycle a word of the week from about a few weeks back. It's going to be notifications again. And, you know, with us getting into segments, we're going to have our team. Kevin's going to be joining me up here to take you guys through a demo of segments here. Notifications are going to be even more important now. So again, make sure that you guys are encouraging your users to download the Playback mobile apps. We are in the iOS store and the Android app store. So mobile is a great way for your users, our mobile app, to go ahead and consume your streams. And the best part about getting them in the mobile app is they can enable notifications so that they get a push notification every time your room goes live. And they also get a push notification every time you send one by starting a new segment in your room. So for those of you that are not yet familiar with segments, we'll cover that here in a second when Kevin joins me on stream. But notifications is the word of the week. Get your users to download that mobile app. And again, make sure you're using your segments to continue to send them push notifications and ask them to opt in to push notifications. So that will be a perfect segue, actually, into getting Kevin on up here to talk about segments. I'm actually going to also create a segment for this section while we get Kevin on stage. So Kaisa, go ahead and hop up on stage, and I'm going to start a new segment. What's going on, Kaisa?
Good to see you. Are you starting a segment for our segment?
I sure am.
Amazing. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Are you just strategically picking the word of the day so that it rolls in perfectly to our newest features?
I'm trying my best, brother. I'm trying my best. Apparently, also, it's a good day for pink, huh? I'm not sure if this might look a little white, but it is a little light pink. So I think I love the coordination we got going on here, my man.
Yeah, we don't even have to say it on Slack. It just happens naturally.
Hey, listen, when you work as closely together as we have for as long as we have, the synergy, man, the synergy is on point. Maybe that's what the Lakers were missing. You know, Luka recently added, they just don't have that type of synergy yet.
Oh man, yeah. The blessing and the curse of the Lakers. As a Warrior fan and Laker hater, you know, I could be a little happy, but as a playback fan, I love seeing those big Laker rooms on the platform.
Yeah, I mean, selfishly, we were definitely hoping the Lakers went as far as possible, and I've probably trolled them enough. Yeah, everyone's emboldened, Greer. I'm feeling extra bold today. Like I am definitely. I'm soaking up your misery here, but that's enough on the Lakers, and let's get to something even Lakers fans can be excited about today. Segments, man. So Let's tell the
Let's
people what
talk
these are
about it.
about.
Yeah, so just a little backstory on this one because it's always helpful to understand the context. I think a theme that sometimes guides our product decisions and the things we're trying to add to the product is just paying attention to our top creators on the platform and just seeing the way they're using the product and even the way that they are pushing the product to do things that we didn't design the product to do, where they're kind of hacking their way into doing something that wasn't natively expected. But then we see that behavior and we realize, hey, that's actually a pretty good idea. We should make this easy for everybody else to do. So a couple examples of this, I think, early days was Rockets Watch comes to mind. We were uh, we were just kind of helping them watch Rockets games, and that was sort of the main use case of Playback, the original use case. And they wanted to watch the highlights of the game afterwards or the next morning. So they kind of asked us if we could just get the YouTube highlights into our kind of TV broadcast tool. And then we would just roll that for them. And then eventually we handed it over to them. And then it turned into screen sharing and adding some of the other tools we have to the platform now. So that's kind of where some of these things come from. They come from you guys and watching the way you're using the tool. For segments, this came probably first from Chasing Wins, who
Yeah.
was yeah, who was kind of trying to update the topic of their stream, and they would sometimes plan out different topics to cover throughout the course of a stream, different news items, and each time they would hit on a new topic, they would update their stream and send out a notification to their viewers. But that wasn't a playback feature. So we were wondering how they were doing this. And it turns out that they were scheduling a new stream to start, call it in like 3 minutes into the future. And they would give that new stream the title. And when the new stream start time came in, it was basically as if they were adding a new topic and sending out a notification to their viewers, so that people could kind of choose to come in whenever they see something interesting. So we noticed a few of our creators kind of learned that trick, and it's worked very effectively. We looked at the data, and turns out it does bring in viewers to your room. So we are uh, we are now building that in so that you don't have to schedule new stream events,
Mm.
making it a simpler workflow, adding it to our live tools menu. Um, I think we might be able to give you a demo as well. I think we might have Matt in the room who actually built this feature. And if he is around, I'll have him come up on stage and show it off. Otherwise, I can also give the demo
There
real
he
quick. Oh,
is.
looks like we have Matt in the building.
There's Matt. What's going on, Matt?
Hello, hello.
Hey,
Matt,
this
welcome
is
to the stage.
this is again the power of playback, being able to do these things, produce these things on the fly, if you will. And Matt, a part of that dev team that I was shouting out, that's been cooking in the kitchen as we continue to release features week after week. Matt, talk about what you built here with segments, man.
Yeah, let's get into it. I have a room here that we can walk through. Yeah, so I guess the idea for segments, like kind of Vital and Kaiser touched on, is just kind of the ability to give your rooms and your streams a little more structure and re-engage your audience as the game goes on. So to start a segment, you can go to the live tools. You'll find it here, and there's segments. You can open it up, and then we can give it a segment title. So just like Kaiza, I am a Warriors fan, so we'll
Shame.
start
It's a shame.
Or
no,
two
no,
coming up Friday.
just a hater. It's okay. So yeah, so we'll start a Warriors pregame segment, and so you have the option to send a push notification. You also have the option to not. Um, and so for this one, we'll send one out. So go ahead and start it. You'll get a little pop up. It's kind of just giving you a heads up, uh, saying like, hey, you're about to push, this out to 93 people? Are you sure you want to do it? Obviously, we love the Warriors. So now you'll see that this segment is active. You can see like when it was made, like how long the segment's been running, how many folks you've sent it out to, and you can also see the like click conversion rate too. You can kind of maybe use these metrics to really tune in like what your segment titles are to see, what you get the most return on. And then you can also see who made the segment. And then we also give you a list of all the segments, so you can kind of historically see what you've done in the stream so far for your current session. And then a couple of things to also point out. You'll see current segment running here, and then also you'll see it takes over your current event title. So originally, like if you were streaming a game, you might have started with like, Kaiza going live, but now we've changed it. It says Warriors pregame. So you might, start a new one when the first quarter starts, Warriors first quarter, etc. And then this also carries over in the homepage on Discovery. So like if we were running a segment, you would see it here as well. So also gives new users on the app like I guess a more up to date idea of like what's going on in your room as you stream, as like the day goes on. Yeah.
Super cool, Matt. I noticed if you can go back into the room view,
For
unless
sure.
it's already closed, no worries if it is. Yeah, back into the
Huh.
segments. Are we giving an open rate of the room based on people that like click through on the push notification?
Yeah, that's what this is right here. So this is basically your conversion rate of how many people open the notification for that
Love
segment.
that. So yeah, creators, what immediately comes to mind for me is like that's really good feedback to see what types of like push notifications, phrasing, what types of segments are really driving audience to your room. So being able to get that immediate feedback seems awesome. Man, Matt, looks like you were really close. I thought it was pink for a split second, but looks like a white tee that you've
Oh
got
no,
now. We almost had
it is
pink
white.
gang.
Yeah.
Did have a question from our very own B Souls. So, what happens if you update a segment but decide to toggle off send push notifications? Does it work the same just without the push notification?
Yeah, we can do that right now. So I'll toggle it off and we'll say Warriors first quarter. Then we can start the segment. What you'll notice is that it automatically ended the previous segment, and then we started a new one. You'll see that there's no notification sent, so we kind of just give you a heads up on that, and then you still get the benefit of the segment sort of updating your event title and showing on the homepage, etc. So if you don't want to send notifications, or if you're kind of doing a pardon the interruption kind of rundown, and you have a lot of segments and you don't want to spam your room members, that's also kind of a way you can do it too.
Love it. If we hit the end segment button, is that just going to default us back to our original session title?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So if we end the segment, you'll notice now we're kind of back to our default room name is live. And then, yeah, you'll see here, there's no active segment. You can see kind of the past ones here.
So Ari is in chat, and I love this idea and would be interested if chat's interested as well. Matt, some plans as a follow up to be able to take these segments and maybe build your own sort of pardon the interruption style sidebar? Is that something the team's thinking about?
Yeah, I think two things come to mind when we think about this feature, kind of like what Ari said, a similar like kind of PTI style sidebar. Something else that's pretty interesting too is if you use segments, we can take those timestamps of how long the segment's been running and sort of maybe create some kind of YouTube chapter, kind of like bookmarks on your on the VODs, to like make it easier to navigate around. Oh yeah, nice.
Yep, LC51,
That's
you nailed it.
exactly,
You
yeah.
got right in, you got right into his
LC51 nailed
question.
it. Nailed it exactly. Yeah.
Are we hiring product managers? Excellent feature ideas in chat as always.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? Since I can't go a week without dropping this link in chat, Kevin, I'm going to drop your home for product feedback because it really is like it's a lifeblood of how we prioritize features, how we build this platform to be the best live streaming platform in the world. So again, please continue to hit us with product feedback. And you know what I've been thinking about? Maybe we can put our heads together, squad, and come up with something. Is like if we do build your feature, maybe we can do something. Maybe we can send you some swag or something if your feature ends up being built. Give you a little extra incentive to drop into our canny and continue to drop awesome feature requests.
That's a great call.
We'll see what we can do on that front. Appreciate you, DTLF, Dan the Lakers fan. Appreciate that shout out. The GOAT of apps. We'll take it. We'll take it. Anything else you guys want to touch on, Matt and Kaisa, as far as the new segments feature goes? It's absolute fire, boys.
I think that covers it. Shout out Matt and the team for shipping this very quickly. And also shout out to everyone for the feedback. Keep it coming. If you have more segment ideas or even a segment of an idea, just add it to our canny. Reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Appreciate it, Kaisa. Appreciate it, Matt. Thanks for stepping through segments with us. And I mean, at this rate, I'm sure we'll have you on again next week to announce another feature or two. So appreciate it, guys.
For sure.
See ya.
Thank you.
That was our guys, Kaisa and Matt, talking through the new segments feature. If you like what you saw, chat, drop W's for our boys over in chat. If you like what you saw, I love the feature. Like the ability to send your own custom push notifications, I think is going to be an absolute game changer, especially as we continue to increase usage on Playback, right? As we get more users on Playback, it's only going to become more important for you guys to be able to get discovered by the users that already exist on the app. So this is another one of those features that's going to be able to get you discovered more on Playback again as we continue to grow our user base. So W's in chat for Kaisa, for Matt, and for the entire product and dev team. We do not have our guy, Uncle Stoner, for right now. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make it today. So we will reschedule him. But I do still want to touch on sort of what I was going to touch on a little bit with Uncle Stoner here on stream. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And really just wanted to talk to Uncle Stoner about this incredible push we've seen in his room subscribers. As you can see on this screen, up to 316 room subscribers for Stoner Spaces, the subscription. Pretty clever there, setting it at $4.20 a month for Uncle Stoner's Clubhouse. But we have seen these subs rolling in for Stoner Spaces, particularly after we released custom emotes. So you guys probably already saw them. I saw you guys using some of them here in the Playback room. We do not have a room subscription here, at least not yet. So all of those custom emotes, you guys can go ahead and use in this room. But I do want to call out, you have enough utility to add to your Playback room to think about publishing a room subscription. So even if you're one of those folks that like feels a little bit shy or a little bit strange asking your community to go ahead and pay for a room sub, at the very least get their feedback. Like, hey, if we add some really cool emojis for room subs to use, if we add a really cool colorway and a really cool, badge that we can go ahead and use. And again, you can set your price point as low as $3 a month. Would really encourage you to go ahead and think about publishing a room sub, thinking about using the custom emotes as a really big value driver to get some room subscriptions. Again, you'll be surprised by folks, like how many folks in your community just want to give you some support. So would really encourage you to think deeply about publishing a room subscription. And Lakers Av, this is a great call out. Changing the cost of the sub would be awesome. We can definitely, Ari mentioned, we can help you change it right now. So right now it's going to have to be a manual process. Email us. I'll drop the email address here. support@playback.tv if you need to change your published subscription price. We can help you with that. It is, as Ari mentioned, tricky with the mobile platforms, with the app stores, for us to go ahead and enable you to change it yourselves. But we can handle that on our end. Send us an email, support@playback.tv, and we can go ahead and set that up for you. And LC51, you called it out. That's a good member to sub ratio. I think you guys would be surprised at how many folks would be willing to support your content with a room subscription. Just if you offer them some cool custom emotes, a cool color in chat, shout them out, give them a little bit of extra attention live on stream, and you're providing enough social value for folks to go ahead and give you that support. So don't be afraid to publish a room subscription. And hopefully we can get my guy Uncle Stoner on here next week to talk about his impressive growth in room subs. And honestly, would not be surprised to see that number higher than 316 if we're able to get him on next week. So room subscriptions, definitely now is the time to think about publishing a room sub. And with that, we can get into the really, really fun portion, the AMA portion. Ask me anything. I'm going to start our final segment here. AMA time. Ask any questions about Playback that you have. Sorry, I'm one of those people that talks out what I'm typing, so apologies if that's annoying to anyone. So you all already know the drill. Hit me with the stage requests. I will be taking questions from stage requesters first, and then, of course, you can also drop your questions in chat. I will address questions in chat at the end before we end the stream. We do have one stage request. It is my guy, Autism Racing Fan, our clip of the week winner from last week, as a matter of fact, Autism Racing Fan. Stage request has been accepted. What's going on, Autism Racing Fan? Welcome back to This Week on Playback.
Oh, yeah, I have a question for you. I was thinking about what's coming up next weekend, but can we do a collab with the Philadelphia Phillies and the Guardians for next weekend, like sometime?
Oh, you mean like personally for the LAN channel? Yeah. Hey, man, hit me up. Absolutely. We'll set something up. Yeah, send me. Everyone here should have my email already.
I'll let you know what days I can do, okay?
Absolutely. I'm going to drop my email in chat.
And
Everyone feel free to.
That beats how your car? It's like tow your car.
Veto your car. Listen, man, Autism Racing Fan, I have gotten every kind of pronunciation, like guess, joke with sort of my nickname in the world. That one, I got to say, I have not heard yet. So obviously, you being the racing fan, you had to make it car related. So I can appreciate that.
And by the way, my name is actually Victor.
Victor, my man.
Victor, because I know when I was looking at the chat, the help support, there was another Victor who works at Playback.
Oh yeah, one of our mods, Victor's Valiant, absolutely. So yeah, Victor, yeah. Hey, Victor gang, stand up, absolutely. And Victor, not our Victor, absolutely reach out to me, and we'll work on getting a collab together.
I'm also a junior, and my last name is Santiago. So,
gotcha. Well, hey, we will absolutely be in touch. Reach out to me via email. Appreciate you, Autism Racing Fan, Victor. We'll get something set up for Guardians Phillies. That'll be a fun time. And hey, listen, for those of you that don't know, looks like Ari already dropped the link here. If any of you want to do any sort of collabs, again, I'm a Cleveland-based guy, Cleveland-based creator. Reach out. Always happy to make collabs happen. And long term here, we've seen a lot of the feature requests in our canny. We'll be working on things like room raids, collab streams, things like that. Don't worry, they're coming on their way. As you see, we're shipping features hot and heavy. So once we get to a few other pressing priorities, can't believe I said it like that. That's crazy. We'll definitely get to working on some of the collab features. Okay, let's go ahead. Kitty spotted. Miss Kitty's in the background. Yes. Oh, I need to get a Miss Kitty emote. I will work on that. Need to get a Miss Kitty emote on the go for sure. Yeah, we need to get you an emote, Miss Kitty, so people can call out when you're on stream. We have another stage request. Stage request from Lakers Av. My other guy, Lakers Av, stage request has been accepted. What's going on, man? Welcome back to This Week on Playback. What's your question?
B-Ty, what's good, devs? Shout out to everybody in the chat that's here each and every week. We all appreciate you guys for doing this. This is one of the reasons why you guys are the GOAT of all apps, because you guys are so close to the creators that make this app possible. So I just want to give you guys a round of applause.
Hey, I appreciate that.
To everybody behind the scenes that's making it happen and actually are on the scene with us in real time to make these things happen. So we appreciate everybody. I just wanted to start off by giving you guys your flowers each and every time because we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
I had a list, and I think I wrote it in the chat that I've added it in the Discord. It's a kind of like a list that I've accumulated with me and some of our members over the course of time, just when things pop up or suggestions or bugs that we notice that they seem to find issues with. So we'll be adding them. I don't want to go all the way long-winded on this list, but I'll add it to the Discord like I was saying in the developer, and then use that
Yes.
you added as well. So I'll just give a couple of them that I think were cool. I think I said this one before, but adding the screen share / game cast for mobile streams, and potentially add like that YouTube. Like I had noticed that I'm not having access to do that, and I think it's only a computer feature. I'm not sure like exactly what that would entail, but I think it would be kind of cool just to there's certain things you might want to do via mobile, maybe go on a Twitter space, or I don't know how it will work integrating it with two different audios in the same device. I'm not sure, but I thought if that was something we can do to do that, I think it would be kind of cool. There were some members saying that the stream was freezing and kicking them out and off of the stage. I noticed a lot of like kicks off yesterday, and I know that we had like an update. So I was telling them that it was probably because we did the update. So there's bugs, there's things that you got to get through after an update. So we were just noting that. The add more emojis for reactions, kind of like how we have these custom emojis. Like it would be cool if I can just add the playback emoji and I hold down and have an option to potentially like scroll through the list of current like 5 emojis and maybe like add our custom ones first, because that would be kind of cool. Like now that we have that feature, and let me see, shows audio muted when it's not muted. Sometimes I'm not sure if you noticed that. And then when you clip certain clips, you'll take a second to like review that clip, and when you review the clip and you go back to like mute or unmute your mic, it'll turn your mic from the speaker to the earphones. And that was just something that I've noticed has been occurring when we are in our clipping mode. So I'll add the Kenny as well. That was it. It was the audio turned off when clipping. And then potentially I'll just add this one as well. Upload images maybe and videos to chat. I know you can clip a actual, post a link into chat, but like some people might want to upload a picture or something. I think that may be cool. I'm not sure how it will work. And this final one I think will be super cool. I'll add this one. Co-stream with other creators and merge the chats. I've noticed that this is a feature via Twitch that had just been added. I'm not gonna lie, I'm snagging all the suggestions that have been working with Twitch because Playback clears. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are awesome. So that would be kind of cool just to like, when people want to collab, and how you just were talking to Autism Racing Fan about collaborating and stuff like that. Imagine if the land and like, for example, Labs Room did, a co-create stream, and like our chats will be integrated to where you wouldn't have to bounce back to Room and maybe put like a highlighted color next to that stream. So it'll show the members from the outside in, okay, this is a co-created or a co-stream room right now. So I think that would be kind of cool. And it's a couple more. I'll save it for next week. I appreciate you, B-Top, for bringing me up here. And everybody continue to cook and create. Let's go Playback. Thank
Lakers
you.
Av, appreciate you. Make sure you drop your room link here in chat too. Promote yourself, Lakers Av. Appreciate you hopping up on stage. Definitely drop that stuff in our Discord. Like, this is the exact type of feedback that helps us create, again, a first-class experience for content creators on Playback. As Kaiza dropped in chat, looks like a lot of your features are highly requested. Like, they're already sitting in our canny, but absolutely don't want to miss anything. Want to make sure we've got everything covered. So do drop all those requests. And also, thanks for noticing any sort of like bugs that we need to smash as well. Drop that in our dev channel in Discord. That's a good place to leave it. And we'll make sure we get to all of it. And don't forget, drop your room link, Lakers Av. Drop your room link. Let the people know where they can find you. And I would say we'd work on a collab for this NBA season, but your squad's gone. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the Lakers anymore, but we'll work on something for sure, Lakers Av. I'm always happy to collab. And again, on the actual like creating a feature for collaborations, as Kaiza mentioned, certainly something that we want to add to the product, and we will be working on as soon as we have the capacity to do so. So appreciate you hopping up on stage. Again, Lakers Av, Victor, our guy, Autism Racing Fan as well. Always appreciate you all taking the time to hop on stage. Looks like that's all we have for these stage requests. So I'll go into chat, text chat, to answer any more questions we have. Lakersland asks, any possibility creators can have 2 rooms if they have 2 niches of content? Absolutely. Go ahead and fire up a second room. This is another actually feature request we've had for a long time. Kaiser mentioned sort of like Rockets Watch being the use case for like the YouTube tool and screen share. Mentioned Chasing Wins sort of being the inspiration behind segments. This is another sort of like we've had Boards to Buckets, I think was really the first that wanted to create a network style of content creation. Playoff Sports obviously has a network of rooms that could easily fit under sort of like one larger umbrella. So right now you can absolutely create a second room to fit a different niche. Maybe you want an NBA room for one and an MLB room for another, or whatever the case may be. And over time, we will look to productize more features to make this a little bit more seamless, to let folks know if multiple individual rooms fit under the same sort of network setup. So I love this idea as far as like being able to build out multiple individual rooms under a single network. But in the meantime, Lakersland, absolutely feel free to create an additional room. And I'd be happy to go ahead and set that room up with some creator rewards features. So while each room does need to qualify for the partner program to earn from the partner fund on its own merit, we can absolutely get your secondary room set up with things like room subscriptions, power chats, and even VIPs. So just reach out to us with your secondary room, and we'll go ahead and get those creator reward features enabled for you. Let's see. What is our next question in chat? And Playback team, if I'm missing anything. Will MLB get the no delay in the future? Should be no delay now. So again, go ahead and do some testing for us. Like on our end, we've seen that we are the livest stream in the world for these broadcasts. So yeah, if you can run a test, if you have a friend that has the game up on their TV or something like that, and you're watching in playback, go ahead and see just how far ahead the playback feed is from your buddy's feed. Bianca on air. Yes, I saw you hop in, and thank you for joining us, Bianca. I saw you hop in at the end of last stream with a comment, and I could not agree more. Bianca says, hey, where are the other playback girlies at? And that's a question I'm wondering myself. We are working on the WNBA side of things. Like, I think it's not just from a content creator standpoint, but it's from a content supported standpoint. We are working to add more women's sports over here. As you guys probably saw, 776, Alexis Ohanian's fund, did lead our Series A. Alexis has joined our board. And for those that don't know, he's married to Serena Williams. He's very integrated in the women's sports scene. So it is absolutely something that's going to be a part of our DNA over here at Playback. And Bianca, if there are some female sports creators that we should be talking to that are not yet on Playback, send them our way, please. Again, I'll drop my I'll drop my email address here in chat. Bianca, let us know who we should be talking to. I'm actively exploring bringing as many female content creators on Playback as possible. Again, as we look to add more female sports leagues as officially supported leagues here on Playback. So, Bianca, if you can help me, this is definitely something we want to do and something we need to do. Where the girlies at on Playback? Stand up for sure. Also appreciate you, Game Griot, for what I had missed. Hotkeys for clips. This is honestly, a great suggestion here. This is not something that I think lives in our candy right now. So, Game Griot, if you could do me a favor and actually go ahead and drop in our product feedback here. I think generally speaking, hotkeys are an interesting topic of conversation. I know those of you that are starting to use Playback as your like production tool for your live streams, like replacing a StreamYard or an OBS or something like that, your hotkeys are very important when it comes to that. So absolutely, please do, Game Griot, drop in our canny something around the idea of adding hotkeys because as we do continue to release more features around making Playback the perfect place to produce your live stream, as you see, segments being another one of those features that we've added along those lines. We would love to add things like hotkeys to, again, make producing your live stream here on Playback as easy and seamless as possible. So, Game Grind, if you could please hit us up in that canny link to go ahead and suggest that feature, that'd be awesome. I love the idea. And Bianca on air, absolutely. We're in this together. Hit me up, and we'll go get every girly that needs to be streaming on Playback as soon as possible, as soon as we can. Any other questions? Am I missing anything? LC51 asked about a TV app. Oh yeah, a TV app will be coming. I wonder. I don't want to put our dev team's feet to the fire too much on this, or our product team. But if we have Kaiza or Ari still in chat, do we think this year is a reasonable time frame to see a TV app? And Autism Racing Fan also asked about casting. I assume. Oh, I thought that was going to be Kaiza hopping up. Kaiza, if you or Ari is still in chat, if we do have any general time frame on the TV app, let us know. Looks like oh, here we go.
I will say that we have one step moving in that direction happening very soon, which is AirPlay and Chromecast. So that stay tuned for that. That will give us a gauge of how much people are ready to use the TV. But we know that this is one of the top requests, and I hope we can follow with the smart TV app soon afterwards. It's definitely the thing that I want most about Playback. So we're definitely planning to make this happen.
Love it. Love it. And then casting as well. I think casting will be sort of like a predecessor, right, to a TV app.
Yeah, that might be coming very soon. Very soon.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for giving people the update they want, Kevin. Catch you later. I do see Band Sky. I see your question here. I will get to it as soon as we have one more stage request. It's Lakers Ave again. And then I will get to your question, Band Sky, and we can let you all go and give you a few minutes of your Thursday afternoon back. Lakers Ave, what's going on?
I didn't see any other questions, so I'm like, why not come back up here and add some more?
Absolutely.
I'm not sure what this would take, but like maybe like a custom time for the clip. I had noted that maybe adding a 2-minute clip and edit the clip potentially, because sometimes that 3-minute might be a little bit too long, and it's like you just want a 2-minute sometimes, or to be able to like maybe potentially clip or like trim the clip prior to that. So like maybe if we could like integrate some type of pre-edit or type of software or something that we could modify a clip prior to us taking it from Playback over to whichever form of social media that we want to use. I think that would be cool. And then maybe another thing would be the ability to tweet the clip from Playback. I feel like that would be so crucial because I'm not gonna lie, ADD, ADHD, all of that. So if I download a clip and it goes into my photos and my phone, sometimes it just gets lost in the abyss. And if I had the ability to tweet it directly from Playback, that would eliminate me having to be pushed into the photos of Abyss. And
Understood.
It would be just completely posted immediately. I think that would be kind of cool. And then I had another issue where we tried to spotlight a pinned message and it didn't actually spotlight it. So I think that would be something that maybe we could look into as well. And also this was important too, because we just were dealing with this yesterday. Creators and creators, contributors, and mods, I feel like should have access to give VIP roles because they are trusted members of our community. And I think that we shouldn't, as the admin, be the only one to allow people to give VIP roles. We might be ripping and running. We might be this and there, So it just gives them the ability, a trusted ability to add their people up here with VIPs if they need be, or if we're doing something and they can hold it down for us. I think that'd be cool because sometimes we don't get to it at in a timely fashion, and then people will leave. But there'll be people in our chat that have the roles, and I just think it would be cool to just to give them some more responsibility and add value to their roles as contributors and creators as well. And this last one, or no, two more. Flip the camera for IRL streams. I feel like that's
that actually exists. If you tap and hold your camera feed, it should flip to your external facing camera.
Tap and hold. Okay, cool. I'll let people know because they
secret feature, says Kaiza.
Right. And then this last one I feel like will be this would change the game. Like chat commands, just like how Nightbot has it. Would like you can essentially call it a playbot, but just having that ability to integrate maybe like a Nightbot or something, and then integrated with the Playback software. I think that would be so cool because like there's so many commands that just make the chat fun, like, and make it entertaining for those people that don't either follow us or don't know how to go to the pin messages. You can type command socials or command this and command that, and then essentially add those commands, and that would be the only one. And then, well, I'll just add this one since I'm here. I'm not sure how this will work, but maybe adding like those networks that do like the interviews and stuff, like ESPN, ESPN2, NBA, ESPN, Get Up. And that was like one of the things that community members were asking me if we could watch those, or what are the requirements to be able to do that. So appreciate you guys again.
Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for hopping up and asking some more questions, Lakers Av. Appreciate you always joining me on This Week on Playback. Again, please do drop sort of like the bugs you're seeing in our Discord channel. That certainly helps. Any feature requests, go ahead and drop them in the canny. I think chat commands is an awesome idea. That's one that I'm not sure if it lives in the canny yet. So certainly one to add. I think really expanding the capabilities of Playbot would be really cool from that regard. So would absolutely love to see that. For those that missed it, the secret feature that Kai's mentioning, Lakers Av asked about being able to use your rear-facing camera on mobile, which you can do if you tap and hold your stage video. It will actually flip it to your other camera. So make sure you guys are aware of that as well. And then, appreciate you, Lakers Av. Again, awesome ideas. You can go ahead and drop them in the canny or even in our Discord as well, so we can go ahead and get them uploaded into the canny. That would be great. And then the last question I wanted to address from chat is Bansky's question here. Is there a way to compile member names / emails to use for a raffle, or do I just need to manually take them all down? So for the email addresses, we don't have a solution for you here quite yet. As we look to release user profiles, we expect to be able to allow users to opt in to sharing their email address with room owners. But as far as their Playback username's concerned, if that would be good enough for you, there is a way you can go ahead and grab that information. So I'll share my screen here. It's going to be a little bit of Playback Inception going on. As a matter of fact, let me go to a different room so that it's not Playback Inception. Let's go into the land. Oh, we're live on the land right now. Let's go into the land too, which, mentioning Lakers land, can you create a second room? We have 2 rooms over at the land, so absolutely, you bet you can create a second room. Let me go ahead and share the land too. So if you go ahead and go into your analytics dashboard, Bansky, of course, you'll be able to break down by views, watch time, new members. If you go to your daily view and you sort by views, for any day you streamed, you'll actually see a little download button up here next to the date. Click that download button. It'll download all of the usernames that were viewing your streams that day. So you can go ahead and get all the usernames by clicking that download button right there, and it'll give you all of the usernames that were on your stream for that day. Should help you run your giveaways as far as Playback usernames are concerned. And again, for email addresses, we'll look to add more functionality for folks to be able to opt in to share their email address once we get around to completing user profiles. And happy to answer your question there, Pants Guy. I think that does it for the questions in chat. Once again, appreciate every last one of you for spending your Thursday afternoon with us here on This Week on Playback. No, you don't have to do that. So genuinely means the world to us over here at Playback that you spend your time learning how to make your playback rooms even better, to grow your playback rooms, and to take off on this rocket ship together. Because I think we all know this is the place to create content. We're only going to make it better and bigger week after week here. So shouts out to you, my Playback players, my OGs of TWAP This Week on Playback. I'm your boy B-Tal. We'll be back here again next week, same time, same place, Thursday, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, playback.tv/playback. Enjoy the rest of your week. Even you Lakers fans, sorry to see you go, but hopefully you got a great vacation plan. I'm your boy B-Tal. We'll see you next Thursday, chat. I'm out.